My name is Josue Daniel Ruiz, also known as Phony Head. I play professional Apex Legends for 100 Thieves. I'm feeling good going after the surgery. Been recovering for roughly 4 weeks now, or roughly 5 weeks now. And I'm still a bit fatigued, tired, mostly all the time. I do get nauseous every now and then. It's like very random. And I do have a lot of trouble breathing. But other than that, I'm perfectly fine. I'm drinking my water. Slowly recovering, but I'm doing my best to eat well, stay hydrated, and yeah, just looking to recover. I would want to team up with probably Yuka and QQ. No language barrier. I mean, QQ's just fucking insane mechanically. Yuka's fucking insane mechanically. QQ has like a great understanding, you know, of how to play his life, how to play the game, how to reset, how to slow things down, how to, you know, pick up the pacing. And Yuka's just an all-in, like, he's just a fighter, bro. He's just a fighter. If he's gonna fight, he's gonna fight. Right? It's like there's not as much resetting in his gameplay. It's just like if I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna fight. And I need one from that, and I need one that can reset. It's just like really good. The best meta for me so far has probably been the crypto meta. I love crypto so much, so playing him is like really fun. He has so much scouting info. He has the power to literally just control what your team does, and it's very fun to play. Even though you can't play the game outside of the drone, it's very fun leading your team, you know, to an end game. The EWC meta, I mean, it was weird, but it was based on, you know, the ban meta. It's fun experiencing it for the second time now. Yeah, doing the ban meta, I've always wanted to play crypto in the bans. Obviously, we weren't prepared for a Newcastle ban to be banned early. You can tell in our gameplay that after Newcastle is banned, there's no really any like strategic plan on what to do. And it was also hard for me to IGL, you know, given the circumstances. So after game 4 or 5, it was up to, you know, Gen Burden to try to IGL. I basically gave him the ropes to like do it because I was already tired and I was like out of energy. I really couldn't think. I had a lot of brain fog, so it was like very hard to do. And yeah, you could definitely tell. You could definitely tell whenever you're watching the gameplay on EWC. Yuka for sure. Mia K. I would say Sally. Sally when he was playing, for sure. I don't find it hard to study their gameplay. I can basically tell what they're trying to do, you know, in their gameplay. I can see what they're trying to do in their gameplay. It's more so just understanding what their comms are, you know, the communication. It's not going to be as easy to do. I'm just basically assuming at that point. Obviously, I can tell what the Spanish players are saying. I can tell, you know, what the English players are saying. I could get, you know, kind of a good sense of what the Japanese players are trying to say. And I just love watching, you know, APEC North, APEC South. I played in APEC South for so long that I literally just watch their VODs at this point. I would say they're one of the, like, the most talented, underrated. And there's, like, so much talent in the APEC regions that aren't really noticed. So studying them is, like, really good. I don't really study EU. EU's whatever. And North America is obviously the strongest region, but APEC South has, like, some of the strongest talented players that, like, show up at LAN, and then APEC North has like strong players that don't have the guidance to like be able to show up at LAN. So like it's just easy to study them because you learn, you know, what you can do and what not to do because they just don't have the guidance to like exceed on that level at LAN. Yeah, when we went hiking with Jen and Evan, most of the time it's me and Evan hanging out, you know, going hiking, going golfing. But there was one time that Jen wanted to join along, so we went hiking with him, and we went to this area in LA, right? And we were just hiking it. We hiked it all the way up. Me and Evan got to the very top. Jen stopped like as soon as he was about to get there. It was like maybe like 3/4 of the way there. Jen stopped because he was too tired, and yeah, me and Evan took a picture at the top. That's where you see that picture of us, you know, together, because Jen didn't make it because he was too tired. And so we went back down, we met up with Gen, and then we left. Current strengths. The appendix removal removed weight off my shoulders. So, I'm not gonna lie. But as for the team, I feel like as for the team, we understand fundamentally what we need to get fixed. We understand like our own problems within ourselves that we also need to fix, or at least, you know, change. And we spent a lot of time at bootcamp figuring that out, and it's showcased on EWC whenever we got everything sorted out and handled. We just need to carry on that same momentum after EWC into Sapporo run, and we literally will lift that trophy without a doubt. I would say it's just having a game plan for, you know, a LAN setting. It's more so like they play scrims, they practice really well, they have insane fighting, but on par with other regions, their fighting becomes very minuscule. Because their fighting is insane within their region, but when they come LAN, it's harder for those top teams to go against other teams because I don't know if they get too nervous. I don't know if they're tired or jet lagged from the flights, but it's like their game plan goes out the door, and they start doing, you know, very minuscule mistakes that cost them the game because how high level it is. And I feel like, me personally, if they were to go in with a strategic game plan on, you know, specific spots to play, specific fights to take, and the specific comps to use for every game, no matter what ban order it is, and they stick to it, then that will like lead all their troubles outside of the door, and they'll just have to solely focus on like basically mechanically diffing other teams once they like already have the strategic game plan down. I don't want them to try to play reactive on LAN and, you know, forcing too many fights, because it's really what they do. It's like they force a fight that they don't need to be forcing, they just die for it. Or, you know, they win it and they don't know what to do after. They're just like confused on what to do after. They don't know what they took the fight for. They just took it just for KP. So just more so just going in with a strategic game plan, and, you know, they'll be definitely set for Sapporo. Nah, I love you too. I mean, I wish I could join the APAC North team. My friend Bao gave me this YouTube video, and it's basically just like learning Japanese. Trying to learn some Japanese, so if they have any tips for me, then I'll be down to learn too. Okay, if I was a fragger, I would want a Hackett to IGL me, personally. 100%. If I was a fragger, I would definitely want Hackett to IGL me, because he understands his fraggers so well, but he understands to like pull them back very easily. Like, he'll call them back when he knows like something's like not right, or like he'll give them as much freedom as possible until he knows he has to call them back. So I would definitely want that IGL, an IGL that knows how to control his fraggers, and that would be very beneficial, you know, to win the LAN. In my opinion, Verholz, he's very methodical about his approach in the game. He's the most like strategic one, I would say, out of all. Well, I'm more strategic because obviously I have the IGL, but in terms of, you know, playstyle and gameplay, I would say Evan has the most strategic mind out of all of them. He thinks a lot before he uses util on how to use it, where to use it. He doesn't just do, he thinks, and he thinks really hard, which could either be really good or really bad. Because if you're thinking really hard, you're not explaining what you want. You're not speaking it out. So we have this problem where he doesn't like speak out what he's thinking. He's just thinking it, and it will either be really good or it'll be really bad, and we don't know because he's just thinking it. As for Gen, I would say he's very like, he has a big ego, yes, right, but it's a big ego within reason. He's insane mechanically. He's very push heavy. Like he wants to win, and if he doesn't win, it literally hurts him. Like, it literally physically hurts him if he doesn't win. He just gets disappointed in himself if he doesn't win, and if things don't go his way, or it doesn't show up how he wants it, then he just gets mad. Not at the team mostly, but just at himself, because he feel like he didn't do enough, which isn't the case at all. He does as much as he can. He is a selfish player, a very selfish player, but he also knows when to bond with the team. Like he learned a lot in EWC on how to bond with the team a lot more, and how to play with the team and in game, of course. But yeah, that's basically how I would describe both of my players. One, having like insane ego, but insane at playing the game, and I love him so much. The other one thinks way too hard about the game, and is very, very strategic, very, very mechanically gifted, and just needs to communicate. And we're like hard chilling. As for the IGL, I love Lykq. I love watching him play. Obviously, a lot of the stuff that he does is very, very reactive. Probably like the biggest thing he could fix, having like a game plan, not being so reactive. So his teammates more on pace and knows what to do prior to doing it. But I love him as the IGL. I feel like he could definitely grow and definitely be better. Analysts and coaches give a lot of support. I mean, they're supposed to at least. Specifically for the coaching role, it's more so one-on-ones that help me more than a team bond. They VOD review, right, on their own time. The coaches, the analysts, they basically pinpoint certain spots that they feel like we need to work on the most. Like they see the repetition and certain things, and they just pick an example that best fits that repetition the most, and they basically use that as an example. And they basically tell you what the repetition is, you know, possible solutions to fixing it, because obviously it's not going to be a fix overall. It's going to be like, there's going to be solutions that might fix it, might not. You just try those solutions and you look to go from there. It could be a simple thing as like a communication error. Oh, you miscommunicated because you just didn't give yourself enough time. Maybe give yourself time prior to doing it. You know, give you that time is color maps, you know, picking spots where you can play, where you can't play. You know, composition legends, picking what composition is best, you know, for each player, for each play style, you know, for each comp UI. And yeah, your coach and analysts are supposed to be the ones ultimately, you know, helping you decide that. And because they understand you as players the most, I would say, better than yourself. Once they get an idea of your mindset, it's very easy to digest like what characters you should be playing. As long as you communicate everything to them, they'll be able to, you know, identify that. Quality that matters the most, I would say, out of my teammates is respect. I want my teammates to ultimately respect and trust. Like, if they're not trusting my plays, or if they're not trusting my communication, they're not like listening, or even giving me a response, then it's like the two biggest qualities that I need from my teammates. If they don't respect or trust me, then like you can basically count everything else out of the door, right? Because like at the end of the day, you might not like someone, but if you're not respecting them and trusting them, then you're ultimately not gonna win at all, like at all. It's like no way you will. If they're coming into the LAN, and you know, I don't care if win or lose, if they gave me everything that they had and didn't leave a single ounce out, then I would be proud with how we ended. If they were saying, oh, like I'm tired, or not giving themselves proper rest, not giving themselves proper hydration, proper meals, just like slacking off, not wanting to practice, like dozing off during like a review, then yeah, I'd probably get like upset with how our performance went, because I feel like they didn't want it as bad as, you know, the rest of the team did. But if everyone's giving it their all, that's all that matters to me. That's realistically what I want. When we lose a game, it's very hard as a team to keep motivation up. But you just have to think about it as like there's always another game, and that game could be the one you win, and the game before wouldn't have mattered, right? Do we want it bad enough to let that previous, you know, game affect us in our performance? Probably not at all. We don't want that previous game to affect us at all, so we'd like to keep the energy high, especially in a LAN setting. Online is different, of course, because you're not there to like physically be there with the team. But on a LAN setting, you definitely want to keep the energy, the morale high as possible. You want to uplift your teammates as much as possible. If you see one of them down, you want to uplift them as much as possible. You want to know how their character is, what their personality is and what helps them, right? You want to understand that before you get to LAN. So when you get to LAN, you know how to fix those problems immediately before they even get worse. You don't want to try to figure out how to fix that at LAN. Never. It's not gonna help. So you want to ask your teammates. You want to talk to them. Talk to them one-on-one. Talk like what helps you, what doesn't help you, what gets you mad, what doesn't get you mad, and don't hold any back. Don't hold anything back. If I get you mad by saying this, or if I get you mad just by doing this, tell me, so I won't do it, especially at LAN. And yeah, just basically going through with that, talking to them before LAN, so that you're prepared for LAN. Yeah, I have a good relationship with him. Every time I see him, we always say hi to each other. We always like, joke around to each other. Like when we see each other, like we always like do like faces or stuff. Obviously we don't know how to hold a conversation with each other, but like every time I would talk to Gunboy, which is like their manager, I would like have him translate for me to Yuka, and Yuka would, tell him and then he'll translate it back. That's like my way of communicating with Yuka. And ultimately that's how I got the jersey. When I gave him my jersey, that didn't have my name on it, and I didn't notice. And he was like, oh, he turned the jersey around and pointed at me. He's like, no name? I was like, oh shit, I gave you a jersey with no name. I was like, well, 1 second, I'll go get my other jersey. And then I went to go grab my other jersey with my name on it, came back and gave it to him. And that's how we ended up switching jerseys and taking that picture, which is really, really nice.